right. I wish I had an intro. It's only the third video I'm making, but I wish I had an intro. I don't know. I'm just gonna jump right in. Yeah, this is kind of like a review, or like save game tour, but it's a review. I'm reviewing this. The Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. And it's one of those games. Yeah, I've been playing it. I don't know what I want to say about it, but there was something I felt like I wanted to talk about it, so I am. As a city builder set in the 60s, is there a timeline there? Anyway, set in the like 60s, 70s, 80s in the USSR, Soviet bloc. I don't know that accurately describe it, because I don't know shit about history. But it dares ask the question, what if a city builder, but like money isn't important? Because like I have a lot of money. I started on easy money. So I started with 10 million. I've worked my way back up. But it's more about, I don't know what it's about. It's just really satisfying watching everything click together and plan out industries and click it all together and then watch it not back up with all your trucks and trains and buses and people and infrastructure and power just kind of line up. And you didn't kill everyone, even though I've tried to many times. I'm getting just distracted because I just want to watch all the little guys get on. Look at the brick train while I try to figure out. I don't want to record. I should have had some thought of what I wanted to say, but oh, it's not going to go back down. And that's it. Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. 10 out of 10. No. So I'm playing on realistic mode, which means that all resources, cars, and vehicles and everything has to come out of the customs house. So we're importing it from, I guess, the actual mainland, the USSR, the Russia, whatever. And it all comes in. So I got a couple trucks going. They're grabbing alcohol, food, crops, gas, steel, mostly crops, to feed our first industry, to a fabric factory, which we got the crops and chemicals come in and make the fabric, which go through these connections to the clothes factory, into this warehouse, and then a truck comes and picks up clothes and sells them, and also distributes them out to the shopping centers, so our people have clothes to wear. So right now, oh God, see, yeah, this is the thing. You get like looking at the little things, and I've immediately distracted myself because I've found a couple problems. I tried to build a television station, or I built a television station, but I forgot to build power, so I'm waiting for the substation to be built. So I gotta wait. Resources needed to finish current phase, laying bricks, so we need some 41 work days, we need some steel, some electrical components, and some boards. There's already all the bricks on site. So we're literally just have to wait for a truck to go wherever boards or bricks or steel or components are and bring them all the way back down to there. So that people, hopefully there's people on site to then take it. Then the components gotta wait for a bus of people to come. The workers right now come from this bus station. They get on the buses. Or I got some buses here that'll pick people up from the border and truck them all the way down to the substation to power my television station. I was wondering why it says everyone's got a TV but no one was viewing, but it's the buildings without power supply. Yeah, this is a big building. A lot of people can work here. We have a lot of unemployment due to no work people who can't work. Because I don't have anything for them to do right now. So I was like, oh, okay, they can go work at the television station, but I didn't plan out all that. I didn't plan. So as a city builder, you had to plan out stuff. I did not plan. So now I gotta wait for the power to come on. But even as I'm waiting for this to build, I never build the wires. So we got electricity, underground wire. I don't know how to be like, oh, this needs power does this use? Find that out. I don't know, it needs power, so I just use the biggest wire possible, which probably isn't good, it's probably more expensive, it's not needed, it's wasteful, I don't know. Just kind of leave that up to chance. So now I have to tell my construction offices, Group 1 and Group 2, to go build that. And so because they got road connection to this and this, they can drop off stuff. So now you'll see trucks leave. Gravel, so there's a dumper out somewhere. Hey. That's a dumper. Ooh. So this guy is going to go and grab gravel from my gravel processing plant up here. And go and bring gravel down through that cable. And that's like 90% of the game, because you just go, you're just playing out the city. But if you're playing on normal mode and everything just builds out with your money and you don't have to deliver resources everywhere, it does play more like City Skylines, SimCity. But on realistic mode, where you gotta like manage traffic flow and which always to manage traffic flow. It's like buses and garbage trucks and train exporting all run on traffic. But then when you add in the traffic of all the vehicles need to go on, we got gas, we got to move all this stuff around, people. It ends up feeling more like Factorio. And that's really nice. Finished. I missed it all. So yeah, that's so we got construction going. Not enough wardens in the prison. I got a prison. They're not in there very often, but that might be a problem. But I just haven't felt like making another prison, because then I might need to like put the prisoners to work, or we'll sit there. I don't know. I just haven't felt like building another prison. I haven't seen crime run out of control yet, so I think it's okay. These guys need a hospital up here. I have a big one down here, like ambulances, but I guess no one can walk to it. So we go into state infrastructure, we go into emergency, we go into hospital, and I'm gonna go with looks like the medium-sized hospital. Just so everyone can do better. I'm sure those guys all can. Here? No, yeah, we'll just get it up here. Probably gonna put more houses up here eventually. Like a little rail, get a passenger rail in. But I don't know. I've been playing this game for hours. This save for so long now, but like. You like get to the next thing, you're like, oh, an industry, and then I just want to watch it work for hours and hours and hours on end, and I'll just like watch the trains go back and forth while I just kind of space out, listening to the music. Well, because it's nice when you set all the pieces up and they just run. But then if you go and start playing the next thing immediately, you don't get to watch it run. And that's half the fun, is watching it work. Then I forget what I'm doing next, or how to move on, or what's even next, or if it matters next. You should have fiddling with a bunch of little things like extra hospitals you didn't plan for because you put the massive one way too far away. Just pop it right there. So now we got to build the gravel road, and then after the road's built, then we can assign people to that vehicle replacement. I haven't looked into that yet. That's something to do with the vehicle maintenance, which this is my first time playing with it, but I haven't really looked into what that window was all about yet. So far, all I've done is I have a vehicle repair station, and it's got stuff in it, and it's got a couple trucks. And I don't know, sometimes my cars just kind of pop over and get fixed up. Same with all the buildings. All the buildings have a wear and tear. You have to send more resources and construction crews out to renovate them up every so often, for every single building. The next thing I've been dealing with that arises from all this is I didn't really plan waste management out very well. So all these buildings are dumping waste, filling up containers, and then they're all being dragged up to this dump, which then comes over the factory connection to the general separation, which then gets mixed into construction, metal scrap, aluminum scrap, plastic waste, and the rest comes out into mixed waste, which is just kind of like some biological and burnable stuff. And then that goes over to the incinerator, which is burning all of the biological mixed waste and hazardous waste and anything else that manages over here. And turns into ash. And then the ash goes over into this dump, and it both naturally dissipates, and I think there's a way you can put like a bunch of little dumps and just have it get scattered out, and then there's so much surface area it'll dissipate, but so this is all very small time, and I didn't think about it or plan it out well. I keep hearing that in my head as I play this, like, why didn't I plan this or plan that? I don't know. It's also like once you see the solution, if you're lazy enough to fix it or not. So yeah, this goes into this dump. The ash blows away, I guess, and it'll go down over time. But if I make it more than this one dump can handle, I have this distribution office. We'll send a couple garbage trucks to take out the excess and just sell it for a little bit. Or not sell it, export it. I guess someone else buys it off me. Or I pay someone to take it from me. There we go. Now, if you export the useful waste, construction waste is metal scrap, and it's plastic waste, like that, the people will pay you for the plastic scrap. I could also send the plastic scrap and man a plastic separation plant, but I don't have that researched yet. 10 tons of plastic waste a day is a lot, so I don't really make that much plastic waste. No, but that's the next thing, because like as you build more, you get more waste, and there's only one spot to unload until they start piling up. But then every once in a while, I'll just get like 30 dump trucks here waiting to unload. So yeah, something's got to be done with that eventually. Hey, we got power. People are watching. So right now, I'm blasting Soviet propaganda at people to get the party loyalty up. Because right now, I think anyone's very loyal. Probably see that. Government loyalty at 45%, which is about as high as you can get by building monuments everywhere. Let's just bundle some more. There's like always always one more like little like, oh, I could just do this real quick, or I could just do that, and then you're just like lost, and then suddenly it's been 7 hours, and my wife's wondering where I am. Like my son's crying because he hasn't seen me all week. Because I'm just like, oh, sorry, I gotta plan more asphalt pathing for my citizens. Conveyor belt tried to burn down. When a building goes on fire, you have to will come out from the fire station, and the little truck will drive out and go and put it out. But you see this range will tell you how far out the trucks will go. And that covers basically everything. Not everything, but I have a go. That's actually not good. I don't have a fire station over there. Oh, yes, I do. I have one right here. Okay. It covers most things, but you'll notice it didn't cover that at the end. which is just a handful of buildings, a garbage stand, but then coal mine and coal processing plant. So I got up, left this running, because why not? It's fun to see if all my trains will collide or gum up an intersection. And my freaking coal processing plant burned down. So that's how I found out that that doesn't cover. Not from checking and noticing, but from it burning down around me. So that's fun. That's cool. That's what you want to see. So now I have a fire station right here, a couple trucks that should take care of any fires up here. But they actually have to drive out along your roads and through traffic to get there to put the fires out. You can also attach helicopters. Then the helicopters have to go fly to water, then fly over to the fire, and but they don't take workers. You don't need like an actual citizen to fly helicopters like you do with fire trucks. We're talking about fire trucks. Buy some more fire trucks. So click on the building, and it's like, hey, you want to buy some new mechanisms? And because it's a fire station, it'll only show me the fire trucks. You can also buy them with dollars from the western border, but I don't have a hookup to any western connection. So I've just attached this one customs house. I haven't really expanded across this entire map yet. So I can't even look at western cars from here. But these are all the fire trucks. You just get them unlocked by year. You can set that when you're starting a game if you want it. So, like, I won't get cars that were the fire trucks that came out in 1968 until 1968. Or you can set them to just have them all be unlocked at the start. So these are the fire trucks. I don't 100% know what the stats mean. So maximum speed, 85 kilometers an hour. That varies based on road. So they can only go 60 kilometers an hour on all these gravel roads. But the gravel roads are incredibly easy and quick to put up. They can go 110 on the asphalt, but it takes a little longer. And now I have the issue of upgrading a road and people can't use it while under construction. So I just haven't dealt with that yet. Weight will matter if you're trying to move them by other vehicles. So if you wanted to like load it up onto a flatbed or load it up onto a ship to ship it somewhere else or what have you. A helicopter carry it somewhere else. Length also for the same reason, just where it can fit. But then the speed per level, I believe it's a multiplier on how much a work day will do. So like one worker will be 23 workers in this fire truck. So to that end, I don't know why you wouldn't always just pick the highest speed per level, other than like cost to import that truck. But I already have two of these sitting there, so I'm going to get like a fire SUV, because no fire team is complete without a fire SUV. And now that I've said, hey, buy a vehicle, it'll be in customs. So there's a traffic jam warning. That was to tell me, hey, your customs house is backed up. Because they will just sit and wait, and only one car can enter or leave at a time. And so now, our fire truck left customs, and it just drives down over to the fire station. So they kind of prioritize this asphalt road because there's no traffic and there's asphalt, so they can drive faster on it. I don't know why they slow down at intersections even if they can go straight through. I don't know if that's like a pathing thing or it's like a computer thing where they're like a game to actually slow it down. So for something like this, you can see how they all waited and they don't know who had the right of way. That's because I haven't told them who has the right of way in those intersections. They just kind of leave them up to themselves and they'll figure it out. But for this road is like the main artery of my entire republic right now. So you can see all these like stop signs that tell them like who's got the right of way. And as you can see with this intersection where you can go there, and come out here and go there. That's a bunch right next to each other, so there's like 7,000 signs. So just follow the road signs, and you'll get where you're going. Fire station. This is all the industry. It's like where all my construction trucks are going. We got a gravel quarry right here. Bus station there, workers drop them off. They all scatter out over the quarry. Aggregates, where dumps all the stone into a conveyor down to this storage, which then splits into these 3 processing plants, which don't really need a whole lot of workers, and they're not working too fast right now. But at some point a bus will drop off some people, and they'll work. I don't really need a lot, I only need 15. This number is weird because this thing is 15 workers per shift, but there's 3 8-hour shifts, so you always multiply this number of workers by 3 to know how many workers you need to run it full time. So in this case, you need 45 workers available to just be bussed over to run it full time. Not at once, just, I don't know, it's weird. As long as you have public transportation running regularly and isn't hitting to too many traffic jams, though, things kind of stay full. And if you're ever like, hey, there's not enough workers, I can just buy another bus and say, hey, bus, go on this bus line. And then it'll just hop on the same route as that bus and start picking up more workers. So yeah, the gravel comes down here into this big storage, and then this gets piped all over the place. I did not do this good. Or did this super well, depending on I don't know how you look at it. So it goes down here into a big old boat. I got a big old tanker that's just driving back and forth, selling gravel. Gravel's not really worth much, but in big volumes like that, it's alright to have going. And then it comes up here and mixes with some cement and makes these giant prefab concrete slabs, prefab panels, which then get picked up by a truck and moved over to this warehouse to get sold by train. This was added after everything else, so it's kind of just mashed in the corner. That's why it's trucked over from this distribution office to be sold by train, but they do a good job keeping up. And then this is the real one. It gets pumped out here. This is where all my construction dumpers can go. They can just pop in and out for gravel. It goes over here for the rail office, so my rail yard can go and build more rail with gravel. And then it comes all the way up here and splits into 3, so we can make concrete, asphalt, and cement. And then the cement comes down to 3 things. Cement, concrete and asphalt you can't store because they're concrete and asphalt. So they just sit here idle most of the time waiting for a truck to come pick some up. I could export it somehow, I'm sure. I'm not messing with that. Cement I could export. You get these big dry bulk tanks, cargo, storages. I never know how these methods work. Dry bulk cargo, storages, dry bulk. Yeah, so those big like cement silos, but I didn't plan. There's that planning again. For these connections, there's only these 2 out connections for the conveyor, and I put that garbage stand right there, so it blocks that one, but then I don't even know where it would roll out anyway. What is this? Cement? How is this getting cement? Oh, I popped it out here. It's going in that way. Yeah, so it's... I finagled some cement out of there, but I don't think I can get it anywhere else to do anything else with it. So it's just for construction and prefab panels, but then I'm selling those out here, as we talked about. And then a bus stop here for the coal mine, coal processing into this storage, which just makes bricks, which just turns coal into bricks, because, I mean, that's how bricks work in real life. It's just coal and nothing else. And then I also have a train here that picks up coal and just sells it. Not a whole lot, but that's free real estate. It's free money. And that's it. This has taken me like 90 hours. It's ruining my marriage, but this is it. This is Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. And that's kind of where I'm like stuck. Where it's like I kind of need to expand, or should expand, can expand. But it's like, do I keep doing this and try to expand more somewhere, hand in all this, whatever, or just start a new map? So in the meantime, I've been working on other industries while I ponder that question. I have some grain set up. These are modded, irrigated fields that should take water, but I'm playing with water turned off, which was a weird choice to make playing on the desert map, but I didn't think that far ahead. So they just take power and make it a lot of crops per day. They're kind of cheating, but the farming takes up a lot of space, and it's a desert map, and I don't have that space, so we're using free food, basically. I haven't hooked this up yet, and I've just been waiting for this to build while I've been talking, which it actually looks built now. It's just all built. Oh no, technical service. We gotta deal with the waste it's all gonna make. And what's this? Oh, more garbage. So I got some crops. They'll make crops. They'll dump it into this warehouse, and then I'll have a train come and take it up into this warehouse where that fabric is being made we talked about earlier, and that will clear out these trucks from this customs house, and I'll have more room for waste truck and imported steel and boards for construction. So that's cool. And then with this amount, with 3 of these, I get 40 tons of crops a day, which is, you need that much. But to get it with farms, I think farms make like 1 or 2 or 3. I don't know on the map. It's like a couple tons per day per hectare. I think these are doing a lot of work. Farming doesn't need workers either. You just pop a farm down and you fill it full of tractors, and the tractors go and do it all themselves. But you need fire stations and power. It's really just the fire stations, power, and waste, like everything else is. I'm not playing with water. I'm playing with seasons, but all of the biomes maps, or the jungle and desert biome maps, don't have seasons. I don't know what the seasons do in the desert map, but there's no winter, so I don't have to worry about heating. Is really what I'm getting at: heating and plowing. And I don't have to worry about water and sewage. So I'm doing just like electric power, garbage, fuel, gas, and vehicle building maintenance, which has been fun. Eventually I'm going to do them all turned on. I don't know when I'll start doing hard money. You start with like 200,000, which seems insane to me. I have no idea how you're supposed to do that. So yeah, that's really it. And the things you can expand into. So this was just gravel and coal, but we have a whole bunch of industries. You can do food, which is going to take those crops, and alcohol, which is going to take those crops, and meat, which is going to take those crops, which is why I need 120 crops a day. But for now, it's probably just going to get sold. Yeah, food, meat, alcohol, all that livestock. We got gravel, clothes, wood. So if like I had trees in the desert, you can chop them down for wood and then saw the wood into boards. The wood will also go into chemicals. Needs wood crops, oil, a lot of power, and some gravel. Makes a lot of pollution, but you get some chemicals and hazardous waste. You can make plastic, which takes some chemicals and oil. We talked about what goes into chemicals. Oil is pretty easy. You just pop these pump jacks down, and they don't need workers either. They just need power. And then their oil connections all set up, which also take power, and they can all burn down, so you need a bunch of fire station coverage. And power out there, which the power can burn down, so you need a lot of fire station coverage. Oh look, there's my big old gravel ship. The Lubinau. Sure. So we just picks up gravel, 8,200 tons of gravel, which is this whole pile and then some. So the end, it's the oil, you pump jack it, and then you need an oil refinery, which takes 250 tons of oil, which is a lot. It's like 30. There are like 15, 20 refineries at full power, which you're not going to find 100% oil refineries, so you need like a lot of refineries. So yeah, there's a bunch of oil over here. Because that percentage is what it gets multiplied by. So we look at a pump jack. Pump jack makes 7 tons of oil a day. That's if the quality of source is at 100%. So, 50% will only make like 4.5 tons of oil per day, and so on. But they just take power, so you can just fill up, even like 10%. You can just pop it up and add it to the flow, and get something out of it. But then you can refine it, which takes 500 workers, so 1,500 workers to run that full time. Which you're probably either need to staff full time. That'll make you fuel and bitumen. Bitumen will go into stuff. And some like asphalt. I don't know what else it goes into. You just sell it. Use it for asphalt and sell the rest. Oil, coal, other storages. And then metallurgy, you get the whole steel and aluminum chains. Steel, there's only 3 steps. So you just mine the iron, you process the iron, and then you mash it with coal. But you need 375 tons of coal per day on top of 500 workers for that, on top of everything else to run the mines. 375 tons of coal a day, for perspective. This bad boy, when I'm 28% coal, it's going to make 200 tons of coal ore a day, which this can process 210 ore coal a day, but it takes 120 coal, so basically I need 3 times more coal just to feed one steel plant. Is what I'm getting at. You need a lot of coal and people. Aluminum needs, I think, just chemicals. Yeah, you take the bauxite, the raw bauxite, and then coal and chemicals. You get the aluminum oxide, and then you smelt that with more chemicals, and you get aluminum. So I could probably just pop this down and import oxide and chemicals, or pop this down and import chemicals and coal. But this is mainly the chemicals for this that's going to get you. Chemicals are expensive, and then manpower, like you need. So, God, I hate this. So, 45 into 0.5 raw tons of bauxite per worker. So you get like 20 tons of raw bauxite a day out of a 100% source mine into. So you need 4 of those, because that'll take 75 tons of bauxite to process it. So you need 4 100% mines to run a processing plant. It's 125 tons. It makes 75 tons of raw bauxite. So you need like 6 bauxite mines to feed a processing plant, to then just feed 1 aluminum plant, which makes 33 tons of oxide. But then you need 2 aluminum plants to run an aluminum plant. So you need double all the other stuff before. So you need like 12 to 2 to 2 to 1. So it's just a lot of space, a lot of resources, a lot of manpower. They export all that waste somewhere. Power it all, plan that all, get all the connections hooked up, get people working there. Get all the warehouses and storage hooked up, get all the waste running, which I keep saying waste, but I'm having like an existential crisis how much waste even this is producing. So I'm like trying to wrap my head around how much all that will. I just can't. Someone can keep saying waste instead. Sure, into those kind of issues. From the few games I've played, starting it up, that's kind of how at least the start goes. You start getting in all your stuff imported. You make a little like construction depot setup, and then you expand into a little town that's got all the amenities and has all the workers in your first industry for importing crops into clothing to sell that to cover or help cover costs or reduce costs. Into coal, gravel, brick, radio, whatever. Next. And then you're just limited by your imagination, which is usually where I hit a hard wall and then stop playing. So I'm still pondering that, but I just wanted to talk about this game for a minute while I was playing. Oh, the train's going out again. I always get excited to watch the trains, and like this is the real end game. It's just going into first-person mode, giving yourself motion sickness. And also having to talk louder over the train tracks because you're right there. We're going to stop that. We're just going to stop that. I'm sorry. But yeah, just kind of watching your peaceful existence of your republic. Kindergartens are full. It's not complex education, honestly. The kindergartens. So they'll just bring their babies to kindergarten. Or they can't work, so they have to watch their baby. It kind of fluctuates how many kids you get, so if it's just like a few people who can't work because the kindergarten's full, that's fine. Then they go to school, and then they go to university. I think right now everyone's, oh no, we're only half and half educated. That's good. Oh, global market report. We got light and events turned on. So I won't get earthquakes, but coal's going up. Cool. Cool. Yeah, so let's just have that building there. There we go. Which I know I'm saying, like, oh, it's just another building you have to place. But that's kind of how it feels when you start turning on all of the options. It's like, it is just kind of like more buildings you got to put down. Which does kind of integrate enough when you have like a lot. It's like, oh god, how do you piece these all together? But like water is just like you have another building that's like wells to a purification plant to substations, into sewage, which is just like the sewage pickup into a pump, into an outlet, or into a tank. There's another thing for the technical service to pick up water and sewage. Like it's just another thing. They do all kind of play a little different, but it's just like another task for your offices to handle. It's just another substation for you to build, another thing for you to think about, which does, get enough of those things, more of them do kind of add up. So it's just like, don't feel bad about not playing with everything turned on all the time. Like sometimes you just don't want to deal with water and sewage. Sometimes maybe you don't want your cars to break down. Maybe you don't feel like plowing roads or not having year-round farming. Or just looking at the white blanket of snow everywhere, which I would never. I love the snow. Oh, building's on fire. So we can see that this cargo station's on fire. Oh, and they already got there. They put it out. They nailed it. Good job. Good job, buddies. You see all the buildings working. We got staff. We got doctors. They're not doing much. We got everyone sitting around the fire station. We got people going to school. We got a kindergarten full. I might want a kindergarten somewhere, but that's okay. They're playing football. They're working at the TV station. So yeah, now we should be getting. So with these percents, like they increase it per tick. So it's like. Only one. It's alcohol or booze. I guess that's how the religion or booze. I guess that's how the achievements work. You can either there's like the right Soviet or the right kind of communism, and it's everyone's drunk, and the wrong kind of communism, and it's everyone's religious. So we'll do that, and you can't provide religion natively. If you're playing on a map that's got pre-built buildings, they will have religion. People will want religion, but you can't provide it. It's just a thing you gotta deal with. You can give them other stuff. But you can give them alcohol. Alcohol just makes them, they're alcoholics. It's bad for your health. So as you can see, reasons for decrease in health is 1,200 counts of drinking alcohol. But it makes them happy, so that's fine. I don't mind giving them booze. So I'm going to do that. That'll make the religious people happy, maybe. And that'll, I don't know, maybe just reduce how much health they're losing to alcohol. We'll see. Then I'm not going to do them with educational strength because I got a lot of universities. So that's fine. They don't care about the sports. They're all doing sports. They can all do sports. We got a big pool for them. A lot of football fields. Here's soccer. These are like real football fields or fake football fields because I'm American. I don't know. sell. It's kind of funny watching them because they're just like, look like little guys. I read one review, they call them clouds of gnats, and that's 100% accurate. They're not really people. But they all do a lot of shopping, where they have food, clothes, electronics, and meat. What's cool about this, you know, some people hate it, some people like it, it's just a thing you gotta deal with. There's number of sellers and number of shoppers. This number goes up or down depending on how many sellers, you know, because the amount of people you can hold is just determined by how much staff you have. But these shops, I have a connection to this warehouse where all the goods are. But if this runs out of food and there's too many shoppers, so every single seller is helping a shopper, no one will go get food, and all your people will be unhappy because no one can stock the shelves. So you always want to try to have more sellers than shoppers and not have too many people trying to shop out of the same shopping center. That's kind of the logistics challenge of keeping workers happy, or one of them. I just got trucks like crap in right now. All these flats. I do have a couple modded buildings, as I was talking about. Mods are kind of fully integrated. They don't block achievements, from what I can tell. Well, I just have a few stuff downloaded. I kind of wanted bigger, higher density housing. I just wanted it, so I have a few different options. I got bigger forklift garages, or if I want to try to do forklifts, but they're kind of useless. Forklifts are weird. Some different distribution offices I was playing with. I got a couple down places. Some cattle fields, modded cattle fields. These guys will make some meat. I feel like putting them down. I didn't realize how big they are. Oh my god. Wait, what? They're like 0.4 tons per day? Oh, for some reason I thought they did more than that. And I got some greenhouses. I was playing with the greenhouses. These irrigated farms where I went with because they just do a lot. These greenhouses need heat and liquid fertilizer and power, and just do a little bit of crops a day. They're way more balanced. This one just needs fertilizer. It only has 25 crops, but it's pretty big. And so I went with these ones because they're just. I'm pretty lazy, so I went with the cheaty ones. Okay. Which is slowly even turn these on. Because I need to figure out what I want to do with all this mixed waste they're going to come out with. So this tells me that they're going to give me biological waste, burnable waste, and something else. So what I'm going to do is go into my garbage cans here, and I want to sort out the biological waste, and that's it. Because there's nothing else to sort out. So we're just going to get the biological waste into their own containers. And they'll fill those up and that'll be fine. So this is what I was talking about. I have to tell them where I want them to bring up the scrap. Usually I just tell them to bring it all here. But I kind of have a lot of trucks coming here and they can only load one at a time. So I might not want to send more trucks here. I can send them straight to separation. Just have them dump it straight on in there. And I'll take up one of these slots. I'm sorry, I'm getting... So, what I just saw right there that got distracting was this. It's plastic waste. I have this distribution office picking stuff up, but I don't know if I have them picking up plastic waste. No, I don't. Oh. But I have this guy who does do plastic waste. So what if I... Because I used to have a couple trucks here. They had to start because they were just sitting in a depot, so I could like manually tell them to go. So I swapped the guy picking the metal scrap to distribution, but I haven't picked up the guy doing the plastic scraps. Maybe I don't want him managed by the distribution office. Oh. So I thought the road depot would work like an end station where you would sit there and then start automatically, but they don't. So I built this bus end station. I just haven't done anything with it, so I'm going to try to edit his line. So I'm going to view the line detail. I'm going to take this path, this stop off, because it doesn't do anything. He just sits there until I tell him to go again. and I don't want him manually doing this. I want this to be automatic. I think. I hope. Let's see if this works out like it does. So we're going to delete the stop, and then we're going to do a new stop. You go to the end station, and then you're going to start. And you're going to launch. So what I'm hoping with the end station, instead of a road depot, is that he will go and pick up plastic, which takes forever to load the plastic scrap right there. We'll go and sell it, because I'm not doing anything with the plastic scrap. I'm going to get rid of it. And then I'll go to the end station, and the end station should just function as like automatic waiting. They'll just sit there until it's ready to go again. So hopefully he'll just sit there until this is full enough. Until it's got like one full load or whatever, and I'll just send it out and it'll sit there blocking up a spot forever. I could just not have any end station, tell him to go in between them, but then that kind of leads to more unnecessary trips to the customs house, and the customs house gets clogged up very easily. I have all three of these roads connections going, and I've turned the cheat menu on with CHE. There's a cheat menu activated. Turned on this experimental traffic pathfinding. I don't know the full ramifications of this, but it lets them sit at all three instead of just one long, unbroken line of every single car waiting to go. I don't know if it actually speeds up anything. I don't know how it decides which one goes in, but that's just why they're using all three of these instead of just one fucking unbroken line. What was I talking about before this? Oh, this dump. Okay. So what am I doing with this dump? I want to get biological waste. Biological waste, this is all going to be burnable. Just take everything here. Just burn it all. And then I need 4 slots for there. So again, we're going to hit this purchase new vehicles and mechanisms with rubles. And what did I put here? I put big containers? Yeah. So we're going to do waste trucks, big garbage container. I think there's a small one that does 10. Yeah, but I need, I guess, big containers. Let's just do these two. 80, 62, they're on gravel, so I guess it doesn't matter. Which are newer and more expensive, so we'll swag out and get the new ones. Okay. So now I have rail to export it, but I don't have a train to export. I don't have anything that'll hold gravel. I just have a bunch of open hoppers and open wagons. So I'm going to buy a new diesel locomotive just in case I don't have enough. I don't know. And these, what I'm looking for, I don't even know. Just not too long. It's 120 meters maybe, and just that it's fast. So I'll go with this 060DA because that's pretty much all I got anyway. The Romanian diesel engine. One of those. And I bought it here. It's going to pop out and go to here, but I actually don't want it to go there. I'm going to send it to this road depot. Because now I need to buy cargo wagons. And so I need some cargo wagons. We're going to purchase new vehicles and mechanisms, and we're going to go to cargo wagons. And I need something that'll hold props. Those box cars will do it. Let's see, everything that'll hold a bigger. Wheels, steel boards, no, so cargo wagons. Box cars. So this 15 meters, how much? I think this will only send up to 110 meters. So 17, and those were 15 meters, so I got 9 of them for loading. So let's go with that. Cargo wagon, and I want 9 of those box cars. Alright, so that box car, 11. What's it? 270. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now they're just sitting in customs house. So now I have to tell you to come here, load up anything, and then come here. And so now, this locomotive, that's when you're doing the following and then you dismiss a message, it does that and stops following. Stops the follow camera. So we're gonna watch this guy come and pick up all our wagons. Oh god, I don't know why I did that, I'm sorry. Boxcar, boxcar, boxcar. So I need to make a couple trips. Or maybe I bought too many boxcars. Do I still have cars sitting here? I do. Okay, I'm gonna sell these. I think I miscounted. I'm gonna sell these back. I'm gonna get them out of my house. What's cool is I saw a post where someone like was like, oh, is this an exploit? And they like bought like infinite hazard, like nuclear waste and just stored it there. And they're like, yeah, I'll dispose of all this waste and just sat it in customs house. And you can just have thousands of containers of nuclear waste sitting there. Then they'll just pay to take it off it. You don't have to do anything with it. It'll just be in your way. But this game also lets you start with infinite money and still get achievements, so there's not really a point. That's what I'm saying. The money doesn't matter. It's communist. You're just trying to provide for your people and expand and have fun. As long as you're having fun with it, because that's the true goal of communism, is having fun with it. Okay, so now I'm going to tell this distribution office to pick up grain from here. Though they have some grain sitting there, I don't know why, just so it's not coming empty. And oh, wait, what? You don't need to find a garage in there. Oh man, so I was hoping. So this can come out here, and it can go down there, and then it can go there, and it can go from here to here. So I didn't think it needed a path from here to here. A direct path from here to here to do it. So I need to build more rail, or I can turn this on. So I'm going to come to my rail, trains, build this, and I need to go from here to here. So does that work? I know there's a waypoint there, but would that just work? Pop you here. Here? Ah, this is a chain. This is messy as hell. But I'm pretty sure that works. And now we'll come up here. They'll come out of our rail yard, which they did right here. And this guy's gonna go and build that track. Track builders can go kind of wherever they want. They'll follow signals, but they can like flip themselves around and jimmy themselves wherever they need to go. In this case, he is going to come down here, turn around, and then come up, and he's going to build this up. I guess. Yeah, so he's going to come to this turnaround. I don't know. He also maybe could have come down here, and then come up here, and then come down. But he didn't do that. Now he's going to drive on that and build it. Swing that crane around. There, and now that track's built. So now, I should be able to tell you to unload crops. Oh, and he's gonna do it. Wait, no, that's not right. You can't do it, because I haven't turned this on yet. And now I have some buses lined up. So I'm gonna go to list of lines, and we're gonna take City 1 to farm, set line to vehicle. We're going to go bam, bam. And City 2 to farm. Bam, bam. And now we have populated these farms with workers. now we'll watch. Which again, I haven't gone through every single intersection and put signs down, so I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with my throughput. Maybe if I was playing on like extreme reactions, these kind of traffic jams all piled up, but I don't know. I have a lot of cars running, and none of my stuff's been too bad. Yeah. That's what I always say. Just don't change it. If it's not, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it is broken, it's probably someone else's fault anyway, so don't worry about it. It'll fix itself. Alright, and now they're just making crops. Yes, these are animated buildings. But that's fine. Because they're just filling this bad boy up. Now, you're full, they're not full crops. Oh, crops aren't feeding anyone, so now I'm going to turn off you. Just turn you off. Pop these guys back home. And now, yeah. At some point, I'm sure I can math that out. These guys can't even hold that much, so I probably don't need this to be like anything at all. Is that rock train? Is that right? Oh yeah, they're still here. Okay. At some point, this will kick on. I have it at 10%, so we told 1,000 tons. That seems like way too many crops. I don't think. You just go. Just go. Yeah, how much can you even hold? 200 crops? Yeah, that's not very many. Well, not in response to what this guy's gonna make. That's why I love the 3 more, because I can fit a lot in this one, but I'm not really in the big scale exporting of crops. This is mainly just to keep that guy full. It's not bad. Oh man, maybe I am exporting the crops, jeez. Nice. So that's that. They're going to keep that filled with crops for my fabric. I wonder if that'll come back up, because it'll just go to both. We'll see. We'll see how it prioritizes which one to go to, but I guess it was alright the first time. Well, that was it. There wasn't much to this. I just wanted to talk about this game for about an hour, I guess. This is fun. That is just fun. You should go play it right now. Came out early access this year. It's good stuff. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Maybe in the more Neverwinter Nights.